Hey everybody, this is Kim Morse and welcome back to our Togetherness Tuesday. So I'm so happy that you're going to be joining me today. And what we're going to be talking about today is a question that I had from one of my readers this week. And her name is Bridget. And I'm going to go ahead and read what she wrote to me, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it, okay? So what Bridget wrote is, she said, I just don't know if I'm feeling unappreciated because I'm changing or if I am really being unappreciated. I feel as though he expects things of me. She has expects in all caps. And now the little things that I do are just an expectation that he doesn't appreciate. When I don't do them, he gets mad and shuts me off, feeling rejected by me. He doesn't understand that sometimes I just want some space and I don't always feel like being his slave or his puppet. Okay, so Bridget, my thought about what's going on here is probably that you're maybe giving just a little too much, or you've gotten into the habit of giving too much. And so what do I mean by that? Well, women really tend to do that, especially in the beginning of the relationship. So what are some of the things that we do? Well, we may call too much. We may text too much. We may start buying our man gifts. We do this unconsciously because we are feeling insecure, or we have a need. We think that those things are the kind of things that are going to make him really appreciate us or like us. So we get into this mode of giving a lot more than really what he expects in the beginning. But then what happens is he really starts expecting it, right? He really starts expecting us to continue to give on the same level that we started giving in the beginning. So how are some of the reasons that we know that we're giving too much? Well, just asking that question is kind of a big clue. If you're wondering if you're giving too much, you probably are. Another thing is if you're starting to really feel emotionally exhausted, and I really got that from what you wrote, Bridget. You just were really feeling like you were at the end of your rope, that you're not being appreciated, that you're almost feeling like his slave or his puppet, right? That you're worried about losing him, because you said that now when you don't give, he gets upset. So if we're worried about losing our partner because of what we're not giving them, then we're probably giving too much, or they're expecting too much from us. And also, if you just feel like you're completely losing yourself, and you wrote, Bridget, that you were looking for more space because you're feeling like you're really just completely losing yourself in this relationship, because you're doing and you're doing and you're doing, and you're not getting anything back, and you're not getting any appreciation. And unfortunately, this is something that we as women have done for a very long time. So the first thing that I want you to try and do is just maybe not give so much. Start pulling back a little bit. And if he gets upset, try and do the things that you really feel good about doing. If you don't feel good about it, then, it's probably not coming from a place of abundance. It's probably coming from a place of insecurities or lack. So we really, really only do the things that really make you feel good, because then we know that it's coming from a genuine place. And then you're not going to start feeling resentful, which is what really happens when we continue to give. You're not going to start feeling resentful over the things that you're doing, because you're giving from a place that you're comfortable and happy with. All right. The second thing that I want you to do is to try and not blame him. Okay, we need to take a little bit of responsibility for how the relationship has gotten to this point. So maybe he just doesn't realize that he is asking too much. And so, be a little aware of that, and the fact that he's kind of gotten used to this in the relationship. And then I want you to start asking him for some things that you might like. And, you can start with small things, but really you want to fill your tank. And you can fill your tank somewhat with yourself. You can do self-soothing things. You can do some extra things for yourself. Take some time for yourself. But if there's really things that you feel like you're needing from him, then start making those requests. Start asking him for the things that you want. Now, something else to keep in mind is if a man is getting upset all the time because you're not doing everything for him, this is really what I would say maybe the level of someone that isn't really sure of themselves or a little more immature, because a mature man really wants to be the generous man. He wants to do for you. He wants to give things to you. And I want you to try and assume that he wants to do things for you too. Maybe he just doesn't know what those things are. So that's why it's really important to make those requests and to ask those things. So if we do too much for a mature man, what's going to happen a lot of times too is that you're going to start making him feel smothered. Like if you're calling too much or texting too much like in the beginning, that's definitely going to make him feel smothered. And we don't want him to just really get relaxed and accepting of everything that you're doing. So you want a little bit of back in return. So I'm not saying to not give completely, because of course that's not going to be healthy for the relationship, but give what you're comfortable with. Give from abundance. And so I lost my thought there for a second, because that's what happens sometimes when you're live. So you really just want to make sure that you are perfectly clear and that you're able to talk about what's going on for you. And there are some really great communication tips that we talked about in the past and that we're going to be talking about in the future, so that you can really learn to request the things that you want. Make sure that you carve out that time for yourself, because you said you needed some space, you needed some time. Make sure you carve that out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Do things that help you feel fulfilled, all on your own. And yeah, that's what you want to do. You just want to really take care of yourself and make those requests. So I hope that everyone has enjoyed my live podcast today. And if you want to see me and make sure that you're on live so that you can answer and ask any questions that you might have, go ahead and subscribe to this video. When the video is over, you'll see a subscribe now, or you can go to the Sailing Happily Ever After page. And when the place where you like the page, you can go down and be notified of when I'm going to be live. So I would love to have more people on live so we can have some live questions and some live interaction. And so until next week, we will see you then. Bye-bye.